Hey Sarah, I'm back just to show you a little bit more of the analysis. Just to review, we have not removed any data from the analysis. So we have 430 rows or 430 offices with 17 observations or variables that we looked at. And so far we've been working on this exclusions column here where um, where we cleaned up that data. And what I want to do now is just make this as clear as possible so that when we have to come back to this in 6 months to do another revision due to a manuscript or anything like that, we can understand what we did. So this title, if not able to contact, reason, is not really applicable not really applicable anymore. So I'm just going to change. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the hotspot. Okay. And I'm going to come down here to, I'm going to come up here to rename, and that will rename the column name, and we'll say exclusions, and run. Now we can see nicely here that exclusions is the new name. So don't watch this step here. Sorry, there we go. Okay, so great. So now what we're going to do is we have this nice and clean. Next thing that I think we really need to clean up is the hold time variable. Okay, and so unfortunately, because I didn't set up that REDCap database for you, again, that's completely my fault. When we look at hold time, it has a ton of different variables to it. Okay, so hold time of 0, there's 169 rows. Hold time is NA, 182 rows. So the NA rows are likely the people that we did not get a hold of, correct? So then we come down here, there's some in minutes, there's some in seconds. That's going to freak the computer out. So what we're going to do next is replace the values for hold time. Okay? So we're going to click on hold time. We're going to click on the hotspot. We're going to go to replace values, new values. Okay, and we're going to put in the new values. Now, I recommend we just use seconds for everything. Okay, so I'll show you. Hit OK. I'm going to show you that I did this already here, and I want you to do it as well. That I converted all the hold times into seconds. Okay, and now it's sitting here in this and we can see that when we graph it, it doesn't make a ton of sense. There's this 120, 90, 20, and the reason is that that it's not 0 to 1,000 is that this is a character value, so it's trying to alphabetize it. So what we can do here is we can click on the hotspot, boom, change data type, and instead of a character data, we want a numeric data, right? Since this is minutes, it's a continuous variable. So we're going to overwrite the existing column, and the data, the calculation editor here, this parse number command, you don't need to mess with this at all. It will put it as a numeric value. So, okay, fantastic. So now it says numeric. Let's regraph it here. Very nice. So 0 to 300 seconds. So that 5 minutes on hold. So this to me, makes sense. So, um, so that's good. So, um, great. So let's look at, in addition to hold time, there's going to be length of the call in minutes. Okay, so we can easily, multiply the number of minutes times 60 to get the number of seconds. And so if you want to keep it in minutes, that's fine. Let's come back over to here, and to make hold time more clear, let's rename hold time, and we'll say that hold time parentheses seconds, so that when it's late and we're tired, um, we can come back and look at this, okay? Again, don't be scared by this NA. This is just people that we did not get a hold of, okay? So let's come to the length of call in minutes here, and I'm going to ask you to do the same recode and the same changing the data type from character to numeric, and then graphing it to see if it makes sense. Great. Keep up the good work.